TikTok, hey YouTube. I was watching Morning Joe, and they were talking about Vice President Harris and her book that's coming out. And I guess in the book she talks about how President Biden's staff treated her, not President Biden, but the staff. And Joe was like, well, Vice President sometimes mistreated uh, uh, Barack Obama treated his staff treated Joe Biden horribly. What did that have to do with Kamala? Joe kills me. He's always looking. You thought that was bad. Look at how this black person treated this one. That's what I look at it. And that's what it appears to me to be. So he kept saying they kept Biden hidden, they kept him hidden. We would have known he lost a few steps. The people that voted for him knew he lost some steps. We were just confident that he had good people around him. See, that's the difference. The people that voted for Donald Trump, they know he's a nincompoop. But they knew he would have people, sit over there. They knew he would have people around him that behave just like he does. Yeah, right there, baby. And so they didn't care. See, we know what we voted for. Anybody that just voted for Edge, you got to be the dumbest person in the world. That's not what they just voted for. They thought it was cute. They would listen to the Joe Rogan. They didn't want a black woman in there. Let's keep it 100. We ain't finna sugarcoat things that go on in the United States anymore. Those days are over. So then he was saying, well, they kept Biden in a cocoon until he could finally, Nancy Pelosi let him see his poll numbers. Okay, I'm glad that happened. But the thing is, we all know that mainstream media prop Donald Trump up. They still prop him up. They don't go after his lies. They don't go after Caroline Lovett lies. Mainstream media let them say whatever they want to say, and they keep it moving. Nothing to see here. That's exactly what mainstream media does. So there's a difference. They went after President Biden like there was blood in the water, like it was sharks circling. People saw that, but they didn't go after Trump like that. And that's why a lot of these young white guys thought, college guys, that Don Lemon was interviewing and they said they wasn't going to vote for Kamala. Well, they felt the Democrats were so weak because they could see the shark circle. Because you all tell me, when does Donald Trump go out in front of the people and tell the truth? I'll wait. About anything. Okay, throw that away. Just the simplest thing. He could be truthful about. How often does he do that? And mainstream media does not, thank you. Mainstream media does not challenge him on one thing that he does. Nothing. And if it's a lie, y'all prove it to me. Send me a link or even just tell me where to find it. And I'll look. They do not challenge him. And I don't think that they're afraid. I think it's money. Because look at Netanyahu. We're giving him money hand over fist. He just bombed the Palestinians again. Talked about he was going after Hamas. Nobody's afraid of Trump. But that money is everything. That money is everything. So what we're not going to do is continue to let mainstream media do a comparison between President Joe Biden and Donald J. Trump. There was never any comparison from the time he came down the gold escalators and that tape came out that he said he liked to grab women by the PUSSY. Remember he said that? They act like they was making a big deal out of it, and then it died. So the game is the mainstream media. That's why we gotta stay woke. So we ain't gotta get woke. Yeah, my son had to go to the emergency room last night. He was, y'all heard a few videos back, he was having an episode, and it just wasn't getting any better, so they kept him. But I'm so tired. I done needed 3, and I had to get up today for work. But don't worry about cancel culture. Stay woke so you ain't got to get woke. Let's get registered to vote. Let's get it up out the mud from an angry black woman out of Tennessee. Welcome to the Poor People's Revolution.